Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Charlie and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Charlie's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The lots of motivation and little bit of correction that we give Charlie when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tiny little tug and release on the training collar. That is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You're going to be introduced to your new training equipment and taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session with Rich on Saturday. Now Charlie is sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Charlie, heel. And at this point, Charlie has a job to do. And that is to remain even with your left leg when you're walking, not dragging you down the street. And he has been taught that each time that you stop your feet, he is to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So you are always leading the walk, not Charlie. He's looking up at Brandy, he's making good eye contact, and he's walking at her pace. If she wants to get focus from him, she may talk to him or encourage him, tell him good heel, good job, so that he knows that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can walk with him, with your grandchildren, with friends, have a leisurely stroll and a conversation, and not have to worry that Charlie's pulling your arm out of the socket. And that is the main goal for heeling. Especially with a big boy like him, he's very strong, so you want to always make sure that he is looking at you for direction. Now the next command that Brandy's going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The sit-stay is a hand and a voice command, and we do not use his name. You're going to practice this command indoors as well as outdoors. You can put the leash on him and practice right in the house. When Brandy returns back to him, she quickly walks counterclockwise all the way back to his shoulders, and then she stops because at this point he's waiting for his next command. And they take off heeling again. And at that point, after you've returned to him back to his shoulders, you can tell him to stay again. There's a lot of things you can tell him to do. You just have to tell him what you want him to do. Nice automatic sit, and he enjoys this. He's very smart, and this is a good way to spend quality time with your new family member, is by working on your obedience commands. This time, instead of returning back to him, Brandy will call him. This is the come on command. This is an important command, and he's been taught to come and sit. Now, no jumping, so you heard Brandy say no right away. And sometimes a little bit of praise or motivation is too much for him, and you will learn it. Brandy didn't give him very much, and then first it was a paw, and then it was, wanting to jump, so you have to make sure you don't overstimulate him when you're working with him. Brandy leaves him in another sit-stay. She walks out to the end of her training leash, and she turns to face him. She uses his name and she calls him. And that time she just told him come and sit, and she didn't bother to praise him for coming because we don't want to send him over the top. So you're going to learn how much is too much with him. And being a relatively new rescue, a lot of, skills and manners are all new to him. Now this time we're going to demonstrate the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. The long down stay is best practiced right in your living room. You're going to work up to a 5-minute long down stay, and he likes this command. He would prefer to lay down rather than to sit. When Brandy returns back to him, she walks all the way around him, back again to heel where they started, and she takes off heeling again, and we'll demonstrate that exercise again for you. So have him seated first, down and stay. And she makes him hold that. And he's doing well because he's not used to me being out here with a tripod and a camera and talking while he's doing his exercises. So he's doing really well. Now Brandy can either return to him or call him. And that time he held that down till she got back to his shoulders. And she's going to heel him out of that. Now, one thing you have to know about Charlie is don't underestimate him. He's extremely intelligent. And he will try to outthink you. Now, this time, Brandy's going to have him sit. She's going to leave him in a stay. Or she's going to put him into a down. Okay. I have to keep up with the trainer. So his down stays are really good. And this time she calls him in. Has him sit. Perfect. And the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. Remember, always have your dog seated before you attempt to put him into a down. Brandy's going to use her right hand to give the command and drop him into a down from a distance. And that's the harder of the two down commands. And I see no reason why moving forward that you can't have him off leash and doing his commands for you, because he's very intelligent. He enjoys the learning process. He's done a really great job here at school. We've enjoyed having him. He's a nice boy. We will see you on Saturday, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.